Just my opinion. My name is Carlos, um, and I am Portuguese Australian. So I'm an immigrant in Australia. I came to Australia at the age of 26, and I'm doing this video because I'm actually really happy today. Some news regarding the US and the fact that Donald Trump finally is going to be able to start doing one of the things that he promised that he would, and that is to deport all illegal immigrants in the US. And I know, many million of us, of Americans are pissed off with Trump. Trump is a dictator. Trump is a fascist. Trump is a shit person. But you know what, guys? You'll never, ever have a president as patriot as Donald Trump. All right. And I wish the Prime Minister of Australia was as patriot as Donald Trump is. And this is an immigrant. I am an immigrant. All right. I came to Australia 23 years ago, and it was fucking hard to get to this country. All right. I had a sponsor. I came to this country to work legally. Touch wood. Never committed any crimes. I followed the law. I obey the law. Even though I came from a country with different costumes, um, like life in Portugal is different than life in Australia. I embrace the Australian culture, the Australian society. I couldn't speak one word of English when I came to Australia, and I learned. I'm self-taught, and I think it's disgraceful. I think that's the least I can say. I think it's disgraceful that so many Americans have a president that actually do care for your country, someone that is proud to be American, and there's so many of you cheering on him. Hi, Tiago. Good morning. How are you, mate? I'm doing this video to the Americans, to the woke culture, to the Democrats, because finally Donald Trump is going to be able to deport all the illegal immigrants, or part of the illegal immigrants, at least 500,000 for now, because the Supreme Court came back and said that he was right, because there was something to do with all this human rights bullshit. Stop him from deporting all these people. But now finally the law is on his side, and thank fuck. So this video is more for the Democrats, because the, the, the Democrats, they are lost. They are completely lost. So moving on, and for the Americans that will see this video, I'm going to be doing some more moving forward. And for you, Tiago, but I know you already subscribed. Uh, Please subscribe. Doesn't subscribe my channel is not going to cost you anything. It helps spread my word and my opinion. And for a fact, it will help me grow my channel. Not only in Portugal, in Australia, but as well in the US. And if anything, even though I only have 348 subscribers, my voice has been heard in quite a few countries already, and I believe mostly by Portuguese immigrants. But yeah, I would like to show to grow my channel. So yeah, please, if you watch this video in the US or any other part of the world, but you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe. Um, I believe in facts. I believe in truth. I think facts and truth still feel more valuable than feelings, and how people get offended in nowadays. They need to fucking toughen up. As well, my conversations are without a filter. Sick and tired of this woke agenda where minorities, um, especially the leftists, just listen to the minorities. And for me, democracy is when the majority decides to go one way, the others follow. So for majority for me is 50 plus 0%. The rest should follow. So that's my opinion. I don't sound um, the fact that I'm right or wrong, but I express my opinion. And if there's people that oppose and people disagree, I'll listen, and like it happened regarding some of the bullshit that's going on in Portugal and even in Australia. Um, if I'm correct, if people correct me, I'll accept it. I'll take it in the chin and I move on. And I apologize because I believe that everything I say is based on facts. But yeah, anyway, going back to this situation with immigration, congratulations, Donald Trump and your administration. It is phenomenal that finally you are going to start doing what you said that you are going to. I do not agree with everything that you say that you do, like the tariffs. There's a part that I don't agree with the tariffs, and that is you chose and you decided that everyone in the world should pay tariffs when your target should have been China. I think what's destroying the American economy is China. So I think your target should be China, not Australia, not Portugal or Europe. So on that, I don't agree. I think you should revise your policy on that. But in regards to the immigration, mate, good on you. Well done. And and I know that there's another video that I want to show, but it's coming already. The leftists, the Democrats, the bullshit, the the power, the people that didn't hear majority of the Americans, this mainstream media, these guys that are completely full of shit, from MSNBC to CBS to ABC to CNN. I'm just shocked that these people didn't understand anything. I think they just have shit for brains, to be honest. They would rather have fucking Kamala Harris or Kamala, fuck me, Harris as president, someone with a fucked up brain, than having someone that actually wants the best for the country. As well as they would rather, and I've heard this yesterday, they will actually rather have um, Joe Biden. Joe Biden, even if he was in a hospital bed where he just needs to get up from time to time to show that he's alive, than having you as a president, mate. Donald Trump, I hope you do great things, and I'm a believer that when your presidency ends, I believe the next president of the US is going to be JD Vance. I think that he'll be even tougher than you. And you know what? I like the way he talks. I like what he says. He's not with this agenda. And the fact that people call JD Vance racist, that's a fucking laugh. All right. His wife, she's a lady of color. His kids, they are kids of color. I believe he has two from memory. So stop this fucking nonsense bullshit. All right. Uh, Tiago, you know what? This is exactly what should be happening in Portugal. Tiago, 18,000. And you know what? We're not comparing apples with apples because I think the population in the US is 321 million. But like when you look at the per capita of the population, it's a joke. Like, and in Portugal, they're saying they're gonna, and this is the funny thing, they're gonna kick out 18,000 because they couldn't legalize themselves in the country. So that's why I don't understand why the fuck is Portugal allowing people to legalize themselves in the country? If they get into the country illegally, kick them the fuck out. I don't care, man. Honestly, and people will go like, "Oh, human rights." You know, truth and fact. I came to Australia. I am Portuguese, and I'm a very proud Australian citizen. I know how hard it was for me to come to this country. I know how hard it was. It's not easy. And you look at the American situation in 3 years, and the numbers are not precise. Some people says 10, some people says 15, some people says 20. Depends on who you're talking to. But in 3 years, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris allowed 12 to 15 million illegal immigrants to cross the borders of the US, either from South America, the border with Mexico, or from the border with Canada. And that's the other part as well. All these illegal immigrants getting into the US, they are not just Hispanic, and that's the problem. Thousands of them will come from countries that actually want to destroy America, like Iran, like Iraq, Afghanistan, and North Korea. North Korea, yeah, North Korea. Many, and they don't know how many. And after you have these gangs like the M13 gangs, I think they're from El Salvador, um, right, invading entire blocks of apartments and kicking people out of their houses and stealing from these people and stealing everything these people have. It's a joke. Yeah, Portugal's the same shit. Yeah, it's the same shit, but the difference is the economy. America have a great economy, still the biggest economy in the world. Portugal, what Portugal has. Portugal has that corrupt thieves, um, son of a bitches. You know what else? Mate? I don't even know. They fucking cunts. Honestly, they a bunch of fucking vultures. Um, 50 to 1 years living life in that Portugal. Anyway, going back to, I just want to share. You know what, Donald Trump, I know, that and your administration are going to be criticized because ICE raids, this sort of violence. They will not be violent if they fucking stop when someone tells them to stop. All right, let's go. I'll stop. This is just a short video of 4 minutes, but let's go. Let's see what they say, so we can have a little bit of a laugh.
Tonight, President Trump's immigration crackdown ramping up with sweeping raids across the state of Florida. Just as the Supreme Court gives the president a major victory today, revoking the legal status for migrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. That means that even as the original ruling is appealed, the Trump administration can deport more than 500,000 people currently in the U.S. from those 4 countries, even though many arrived legally under a Biden-era program.
It's very important that we're able to get those people out of here fast, bring them back to their country where they belong.
That speed picking up in recent days here in the Sunshine State.
Construction workers were working on this building.
This is one of the things that pissed me off straight away with what they said. And this, here we are, the agenda. And it was so soft the way the journalist said, even though some of them came to this country legally. No, they did not. And this is the part that these fucking journalists, they lied to the Americans. They did not came in legally. There was this app that was created by the administration, the Biden and Kamala Harris administration, where people could register to come to go to America. They will put their name there, and basically they will have a green card to go in without papers. That's not being legal. Being legal is you show your documentation, you show if you have yeah, exactly. But you know now that you know from what I've heard, this situation with the human trafficking, because this is human trafficking, it's not drugs trafficking, Tiago. This human is actually more profitable than actually drugs. It was being more profitable for the cartels than actually drugs. Going back to what I was saying, they weren't going to the US legally. They were registering on that app just to go in. No papers, no nothing. So again, this mainstream media is lying to the Americans, and the Americans, like the Portuguese, or many of the Portuguese, are fucking blind. They can't see that this is it's a fucking joke. Honestly, it's frustrating how so many millions of Americans can't see that they are being lied by the mainstream media. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And again, they did not go legally. He's kicking them out, not because they're legal. He's kicking 500,000 and hopefully all the rest. And I hope Portugal does the same, Tiago. He's doing this because they are illegal. Just because you put a fucking name on an app, it doesn't mean that you are legal in a country.
Behind me when law enforcement came from.
Without a doubt, Tiago. Without a doubt. It's open door. You know, Tiago, the Party Livre, so free. One of their things, one of their ideologies is a free world where people can travel from country to country to country. Can you imagine if that happens? We all fucked.
From all directions descending on them, rounding them up in the hundreds.
This construction site in Tallahassee, now the site of one of the largest immigration raids in state history. Workers seen on video Thursday pouring out of the building near FSU campus where they're constructing student housing, still wearing their construction vests, their hands tied.
Seems like yesterday, in some ways, was kind of unprecedented here.
For sure. It's one of the biggest raids we've ever seen, and it involved several state agencies plus ICE. We are hearing that about 200 people showed up for work. More than 100 of them were detained.
Tallahassee immigration attorney Elizabeth Ritchie says she's getting calls by the dozens.
I'm concerned about due process violations. We've been seeing those, unfortunately, more and more recently.
Due process. What the fuck is due process, lady? You are an attorney. You are a lawyer. All right. What the fuck due process? They walked into your country that you should protect. You swear or swore by the Constitution of America. You put your hand on the fucking Bible. You swore to protect America. And you're talking about fucking due process for illegal, lady, illegal. It's not legal, it's illegal. This is why I say they going fucking stupid. Like Americans, honestly, this shit between Republicans and Democrats, it's fucking bullshit. And the problem, and the Democrats are so woke that they just believe everything they tell them. And this is what the mainstream media keeps selling to the American people. And they believe it. They need to stop watching fucking mainstream media and start watching videos like the ones that I do. And I'm not even America, but listen to the Joe Rogans of this world. Listen to people that actually care about America and start fucking doing it properly. This is the fucking joke with these Americans. Seriously.
I want to make sure that everyone's rights are protected.
And now,
Everyone's rights is protected. And what about the rights of the Americans and the Portuguese? Because obviously being Portuguese, what about the rights of the people that belongs to the country legally? Their rights is to fucking send them back. And they're lucky because they go on a fucking airplane. I'll send them back the same way they got in, walking.
detainments are being reported at courthouses as migrants show up to their immigration hearings. This video from Thursday showing a family with 4 children detained outside of this San Antonio immigration courthouse. With workplace raids also on the rise, like the Tallahassee one.
You know what, Tiago? I agree with you. And I'll tell you, the Democrats are fucked. Honestly, the Democrats are fucked in the head. All right. All this woke bullshit, like all these kids from university coming outside to protest. Mate, these kids, they never worked a fucking day in their lives. All right. They're still living under mom and dad's roof. They still depend on fucking the parents to live, just to live. They don't even know how to clean their fucking asses. They don't even know what fucking toilet paper is for. All right. They may think the toilet paper is made to do the paper planes. They are fucked. I don't know what the fuck went wrong with them. I don't know what they're being taught in universities and schools in the US, but they are fucked. And you know what? This just got worse since they had Obama and now with Biden. Because it's basically like a free for all. And that's what happened. And now I'll tell you, Donald Trump have a lot of work ahead of him. And it's only 3 and a bit years, I think. I think not even years, 4 years as a president. I can be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tiago, if you know. But what I can say is that it coming into JD Vance, and I believe that the Republicans are stupid if they don't nominate him to run for president. He's very liked by many in the US. If they nominate someone else, I'll tell you the Democrats are going back to power, and if you want to see things going to go even worse, the Democrats, they lost their fucking way. They totally lost it, and they didn't learn anything with the fucking elections and the result of the elections. That's how fucking stupid they are, and it's all this woke fucking bullshit. All this. One of the things that Trump did: 2 sexes, male and female. Don't come and make up any more shit. Tiago, you may not believe me, but I went to do a training session in a store here in Melbourne, where I live. All right, but I was with one of my sales reps, and I was training him and training the staff in store for some products. And pardon me, they were coming like in pairs, like 2 at a time and stuff, which I'm okay with that. And they were coming in, and there was a time that there was two people, a boy and a girl that came in. I'm not going to say her name, But I asked his name. He told me his name. I asked her name. She told me her name. But straight after she said her name was but I go by they them. And I said, hang on a second. I said to her, I'm sorry, but English was fucking hard for me to learn. Don't fuck it up for me now. Where are they? Who are them? I asked her. Like I identify, but it's okay. You can identify whatever you want, but don't fuck it up for me. I'm an immigrant. Like I just learned English recently. Don't. It's confusing. You are a single person, and you're talking in the plural. Don't fuck it up for me. She got all like, people's feelings. I don't give a fuck about people's feelings, man. Come on, get a grip. Jesus, people's feelings. That she's one person wanted to be identified as a group of people. One person. Come on, man. This is where society is fucked. Society is fucking crooked. Honestly, I think, yeah, especially in the US, I think they breathe something fucking else other than air. And I think COVID and this is a conspiracy theory. I think COVID and the COVID vaccine fuck all these people up. I'm telling you, even fuck me up. And that because I had to take 3 jabs. No. Yes, Thiago, you are correct. Trump cannot run for president, but JD Vance, as the vice president, he can run. Actually, can run twice. They can only run 2 consecutive or interval um, uh, mandates.
One Governor DeSantis touts as a major bus success. The recent raids across the country are also raising outcry.
I love this governor. He doesn't give a fuck. He just says it. He just goes with it.
This is Gestapo-like
Look at this fucking dickhead. Listen to this dickhead.
behavior, where plainclothes officers wearing masks are terrorizing immigrants who are doing the right thing by going to court, following up on their immigration proceedings, and trying to
Oh, thanks, Tiago. I'm glad because I said some words here that probably I'll get into serious trouble. I'm so glad that you said something. I was saying this is what's fucking the US, all right? I called him the C word, corner for you or Tiago said in Portuguese, but it's very aggressive in English. So I'm actually glad I was on mute. This is what's fucking happened. This motherfucker is saying, "Oh, these immigrants, they are doing the right thing. They are going to court to legalize themselves." No, they're in the fucking country legally. They have, if they are illegally, get the fuck out of the country. Kick them out. This guy should fucking thanks Tiago. This guy should put a fucking carrot up his ass and go for a fucking swim in the river. This is what's fucking this country. Is people like this motherfucker here. All right? That is, oh, they're legal, they're going to court. No. If they want to go to the US, they should apply for a visa in their country. And if they want the refugee status, they should go to the fucking UN, request refugee status, they put them in a camp, and after they'll do distribution to the countries where there's vacancies or that are willing to receive them. Look at these motherfuckers. This is horrible. 500,000, and they hear big outcry, oh whatever, lawyers, attorneys, all this shit, all right? But just because Trump allowed 51 South Africans to come into the US as an emergency request because they are being killed in South Africa by this racist government. No one talks about racism. This fucking racist president in South Africa, motherfucker racist. No one says that he's racist. He's only racist when it's white people saying shit. I'm not racist. I can say it openly. My best friend, or one of my best friends, is from Kenya. I don't know any whites from Kenya. So you guys know the color. And he's my best mate. My best friend. All right? Motorbikes every Sunday with him. We have the best time. And you know what? He calls me white. But I'm not going to say what I call him because I'm being racist. Motherfuckers. And we love each other like brothers. So, but these motherfuckers, that they criticize Trump for bringing in 51 South Africans, their lives were at risk. They were going to be killed by a racist president. But they are concerned about him sending out 500,000 illegals. What a fucking bullshit. Wake up, America. Wake up, you fucking woke leftists. You guys are destroying the best country, you are destroying the free country in the world. You are destroying your own country. You should be embarrassed and ashamed. You should be embarrassed because of motherfuckers like this one talking now.
Come into this country lawfully.
President Trump's administration pushed ICE with a quota of 1,800 arrests per day in the days after his inauguration. According to data obtained by NBC News, ICE deported over 17,000 people last month. That's up more than 50% from deep.
That's what I'm saying, Tiago. That's what I'm saying. But what, is racism just a one-way traffic? You know what I mean? They want equality, which I'm totally in favor. I'm equality with women. I'm in favor of equality of all races. I don't give a fuck. All right? If in the country there's white, black, yellow, green, red, purple, whatever people, all equal rights, no exceptions. But if it's the white guy making a comment about a person of color, we're racist. But if they make a comment about the whites, they're not racist. They're just victims of the system. Everything that happened to them fucking 300 years ago. You know what I mean? Like that's what I don't understand. That's where the world is fucked. Society's fucked.
Deportations in February, but border czar Tom Homan says it's not enough.
But I'm not satisfied. I haven't been satisfied all year long because what I just said, we got 600,000 criminals walking the streets of this country we need to get. So yeah, we increase the number of teams. We're going to have over 1,000 teams on the street. We're putting more targeting in this. We got to increase these arrests and removals.
All right, Marissa, let's pick it up right there. I know you're at a rally for immigration rights hosted by activists there behind you. We just heard Tom Homan there. I want to pick up right there. Should we expect more raids in the days ahead?
Yeah. Do you have like a webcam or something like that? Because you're welcome to join me here on the chat. If you want, you're welcome to. I'm not sure if you need to have this same program that I have. It's called Restream. But if you want to have a chat here instead of putting messages, I can paste the link for this live, and you can join me, mate. More than welcome. I can have up to 10 people here. So if you want to do it, that's fine. If you're just happy making the comments, not a problem at all. No hard feelings, mate. But just saying that it's available if you wanted to.
Well, Tom, I can tell you right now that what we saw in Tallahassee is probably most likely a sign of what's to come, what's to be ramped up in the coming days and weeks. So behind me, you might be able to hear the noise. This is from an immigration rights group, and all of the allies that have come out. They're wearing a lot of signs that say that they are in support of local immigrants, asking ICE to get out of this local area. But what was so striking about what we saw in Tallahassee, because raids are not new, these types of protests and rallies are not new, Tom, but what is new is this partnership between state and federal agencies, as well as the sheer scale of this. We really have not seen something like this in Florida, at least at this scale, at a workplace raid before. So this is what we're talking about when we say, in order to meet that quota, we might be saying more.
I would like to fucking know out of that people there, how many of them actually have worked. I would love to know how many of these people protesting actually have a day job. Seriously. Because if it's like in Australia and in Portugal, it's just the fucking unemployed or students that never work a fucking day in their lives.
Of exactly that, Tom.
Okay, Marissa Parra there in Tallahassee. Marissa, we thank you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.
This is just for this one, so I'm very happy that ICE is actually fucking kicking them all out. It should have been done a long time ago, and I'm glad. So this video, the next one is 6 minutes long, and I swear to you, I haven't seen this one, but just looking at the face of the journalists, it doesn't look good at all. So I'm gonna share this one. Because I think this one looks actually quite good. So the title actually reads. Let me just read this for you guys. I don't know if you can see it properly, but the title reads: Supreme Court lets Trump end deportation protection for 500K immigrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. Let's go. Tiago, NBC, they are fucking horrendous, mate. Horrendous.
A new ruling
But trust me, CNN's no better.
from the U.S. Supreme Court.
The justices will allow the Trump administration to end deportation protections for 500,000 immigrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. CNN Chief Supreme Court analyst Joan Biskupic joins us now. What more do we know about this, Joan?
Good to see you, Pamela and Wolf. This is the second time in this month that the Supreme Court has intervened in a case at an early stage and said that the Trump administration can start rolling back deportation protections for certain groups of migrants. As you said, this one involves Cuban, Haitian, Venezuelan, and Nicaraguan migrants who are here, nearly 500,000 people who had been granted a type of humanitarian parole during the Biden administration. But the humanitarian protections here go all the way back to the 1950s. But for this group of migrants, that has now been lifted. And the merits of the case will continue in lower courts, Pamela. But for now, it really gives the green light for the Trump administration to begin deporting people. And earlier this month, there were hundreds of thousands of Venezuelans who were at stake in a separate temporary protected status case who also lost at this initial stage. The Supreme Court's order was not signed. There was no explanation. Only 2 justices broke off to dissent, liberals Sonia Sotomayor and Ketanji Brown Jackson. But certainly what the Trump administration has been getting, at least in these types of deportation cases, is a green light from the Supreme Court. As you know, an administration has broad powers over immigration, but the legal issues go to how quickly they can roll back things, if there's been sufficient notice, whether they've followed proper procedures, and those questions will continue. But for now, it's definitely a win for the Trump administration.
For the second time this month.
Yeah, well, look at how miserable these journalists are. They really do look miserable, mate. They really do look miserable. It's unbelievable. Mate, if I was American, all right, I would be happy to have a president that cares more about the Americans than anything else, all right? That's me. I will be stoked that my president will care about me, about my country, about protecting the Americans. But these motherfuckers, no, they just don't. They just care about all this bullshit, woke bullshit. Honestly.
Month, the U.S. Supreme Court has handed the Trump administration a win in its battle against immigration. Happening a short time ago, the court said it would allow the Trump administration to suspend a Biden-era program that allowed 500,000 immigrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela to work and live in the United States temporarily. The White House Deputy Chief of Staff had this to say about the ruling.
It is not the job of a district court judge to perform an individual green light or red light on every single policy that the president takes as the head of the executive branch. This is the most litigated issue over the last 10 years. Over the last 10 years, whether or not to deport the foreigners who invaded our country illegally. That is the most litigated issue. You want a democracy in this country? When Americans vote, when they cry out and they beg for a president to come and save them from this invasion, and some district court judge in San Francisco or Manhattan or Los Angeles tries to shut it down and shield these foreigners from deportation?
Priscilla Alvarez joins us now live from Washington with the details. So we're talking about 500,000 immigrants here who came to the United States and were accepted under President Biden under the guise of humanitarian parole is their status.
Without a doubt, yeah, I'll tell you, the left is fucking the world, right? And we're allowing that to happen clearly, and it seems like there's some of us around the world that start going like, oh shit, we might be in trouble here. But reality is, there's so much work to do. There's been so much damage towards society today. And it took this motherfuckers only 10 years to destroy them. Just an example. So I think that there's a lot of work to do, and the only way this is going to happen, in my opinion, and it's just my humble opinion, it's unfortunate to go to the right and turn right. And when I say turn right, it's don't need to be extreme. You just need to go to turn right, bring a little bit of clarity to some brains, because I'll tell you, the left, for instance, in the US, the Democrats, they fucked. They totally lost. They lost their shit. They lost the plot completely.
Now they're going to lose their work permits, Priscilla, and what does that mean in terms of their status here? Are they going to have to leave immediately?
Well, Bianna, this is certainly a major blow to the nationals of those four countries, but we should know that there were some or many of these migrants that once they arrived to the United States through this parole program sought other forms of protection and immigration relief. This is particularly true with Cubans as well as some of these other nationalities, because again, while the parole program allowed them to be vetted and come through to the United States in an organized way, that's the way the Biden administration had framed it, when they were here, they could apply to other forms of relief. We just don't have that number, but all the same, it will impact, again, these four nationalities in the United States. Now, what the Supreme Court ruled here is that the administration could end these deportation protections. It wasn't the final decision. This is going to continue in the lower courts, and two of the liberal justices dissented in this decision. But in addition to that, this has been a program that was the target of Republicans during the Biden administration, because even though this has been an existing...
Hey, bitch, this wasn't the target. This was something that I said that he was going to do. He won the elections on the fucking immigration, on the unemployment, on the economy. And you guys fucking talking. He got more Hispanic and black votes than fucking Kamala Harris. Sorry, not more votes, but his votes in comparison to his first term, his votes nearly double for Hispanics and the black community. It wasn't a target, you fucking bitch. Call it as it is. Were you happy with what was happening in your country, you fucking motherfucker?
Authority, this being parole. Republicans argued that former President Joe Biden overreached when he allowed these nationalities to come to the United States via this program, or rather an authority that was supposed to be done in a case-by-case basis. Now, this program, just to give viewers a background as to what needed to happen here, individuals would be vetted to come to the United States. They also had to have a sponsor in the United States, so some tie in the United States already to come through this program.
Yeah, you really don't want me to make a comment on the LGBT plus, A plus, because this is the fucking bullshit. It's the same thing as Black Lives Matter. All right. These are movements created by some smart people that are getting millions and millions and millions. Like in regards to the Black Lives Matter, the guys that were running the Black Lives Matter movement. All right. Start buying mansions, high-powered cars, fucking living the great life, and fucking everyone that gave their contributions to actually have that money going to the things that really matter didn't get it, because this was all about for them to live the high life. But you look at the LGBTQ plus community. If I hope you remember, but before was just LGBT. Okay, it was lesbian, gays, and transsexuals and bisexuals from memory. Oh, sorry, lesbian, gays, bisexual, and transsexuals. And after they put A plus, because the movement, the initial movement, start with they start was like a fucking race, mate. It's like they were running the 100 meters, but very quickly, all that speed they had, it slowed down quickly. So they had to come with with more fucking bullshit, with more letters and more plus to integrate more people, all these cis sisters and cis brothers and fucking people that pretend they are dogs and cats and fucking unicorns and all this motherfucker shit. So they could be relevant. I said this in a video, I think it was a live that I did yesterday in Portuguese. And what I said, hi, no, how you doing? Good afternoon. It's for 10 past 4 for me here in Melbourne. I said this yesterday in Portuguese in one of the videos. They have the fucking rainbow color. Where's the rainbow color? Sorry, they have the flag with the rainbow with the colors with the rainbow colors and all this shit. They have the Pride Month and fucking a month to celebrate gayness and all this shit. I asked the question, where is my flag for being a man? Where is the flag for the women that represent themselves as women and because they are women? And where are our month of celebration? Where are they going to give me money as well so we can celebrate men and women's month? This is a fucking bullshit. This society is fucked. That society is run. Society nowadays is run by minorities because these politicians, leftist politicians around the world, they listen to the minorities, not to the people that actually matters, and that's the 50.01%, the majority. But the problem is the people that's the majority, they still make the same mistake, and they keep putting the same ones in power. Finally, in the US, there were more smart ones than fucking dumb ones. Seriously, it's frustrating, and that's like everything. If the US start going in the right direction, it's not the right direction, it's the direction of common sense, the rest of the world follows. But if in any way they deviate from the path, we're fucked again.
And as you mentioned there at the top, nearly 500,000 people benefited from it. Now, this, again, we will try to get numbers as to how many remain in this program that could be impacted, but it was supposed to be a 2-year program for them to live and work in the United States legally. Now, as you also mentioned, this is the second time the Supreme Court has sided with the administration. The administration, of course, peeling back many of the deportation protections that were issued under the Biden administration. And as a result, many hundreds of thousands of people will now be without papers in the United States, which of course could make them eligible for deportation. All of this, of course, Bianna, as we've learned from sources, that there is now yet another push by the White House to arrest far more people, 3,000 people a day, as they try to execute on those lofty goals set by the president, 1 million deportations annually. So all of this is happening against the backdrop of this immense pressure by the White House to execute more immigration arrests and deportations, and certainly more people may fall in the
But yeah, it makes sense what I was saying, yeah, because like it seems like the minorities have all these fucking rights. Oh my, I have nothing against Black Lives Matter, but for me, all lives matter. All right, for me, all lives matter, and I don't care if you're black, white, yellow, green. But the problem is, there's more white people being killed in the US by cops every day, for instance, than black people. But no one talks about the white people that's killed by the cops because there's too many whites. Rainbow flag, correct, correct. I don't want a rainbow flag. I just want one flag that represents men, you know, and women, and one that represents women. And after we spend the 1 month in parades and all this fucking shit, getting money from governments and all this bullshit, like the the president of the council of Lisbon, that fucking piece of shit, gonna give $2 million for the LGBTQ plus community, 2 million euros. Sorry, 2 million euros for them to fucking go and do the fucking parade. The fuck if I understand what's going on here. The Portuguese, many thousands and thousands of Portuguese living fucking under the bridge, all right? And this motherfucker goes give 2 million euros for a fucking gay parade. Again, I have nothing against gays, mate. You want to take it up the ass, it's your problem. You prefer a fucking chick licking your pussy than a guy. I don't care. It's fine. It's up to you. Do whatever makes you happy. Whatever keeps your clock ticking. I don't give a fuck. Doesn't bother me. But it's just the hypocrisy of these motherfuckers. And that's the problem. They're using money, like in this situation in Lisbon. They're using money from the taxpayers, from the fucking hard-working people, you know? And this happens the same in the US and all this shit, you know?
The crosshairs of those operations following today's Supreme Court ruling.
All right, Priscilla Alvarez in Washington for us. Thank you.
And that's it. That's how it ends. I know for a fact that these people are going to be cracking the shits, all upset because Trump is a mean man, he's racist, he's a xenophobe, he's fucking fascist. But I don't know, Tiago. This is how I feel. Oh, wait a second.
New at 6, the U.S. Supreme
Wow.
Court today
Just
authorized
found
the
this out.
end of humanitarian parole
Oh,
for
see,
500,000 migrants. The court sided with the Trump administration, leaving Venezuelans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Cubans at risk of deportation. Here in South Florida, some immigrants are being detained at federal immigration courts for expedited removal. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor is live from Miami with reaction tonight. Yvonne?
Sorry, Nuno. What do you mean? It bothers you when they go after your kids. What do you mean? I might be a little bit lost in translation here. So yeah, no. Yeah, just someone chasing your kids, or without a doubt. But is this Tiago? Is this mainstream bullshit? You know, I mean, this is the problem. This is the biggest problem. Is the mainstream bullshit. You know, mainstream media.
Yes, definitely a very difficult day for many families in South Florida, Lauren. We're going to start with a story of a Dominican woman who says that a federal judge told her that her nephew did not qualify for political asylum. So as they were leaving court, she says ICE agents detained him. And tonight, they don't know where he is.
That's unfair. This is unfair. I'm so sorry. I can't trust you.
Let me ask
I don't know how I'm going to say that to my mom. My mom has a heart attack.
Judelka Mejia cannot believe she's going back home without her nephew, 29-year-old Yasael Almonte Mejia.
This means today from her asylum that we applied, and we put all the proof and we explain all the situation that happened in the yard.
And like many other immigrants, when their case is dismissed, they are detained at the hallway before leaving the building by immigration agents dressed as civilians. It's been happening frequently at the 333 Miami Avenue Federal Court building. Janet Correa's husband was detained this week. According to her immigration lawyer, he has already been placed on expedite removal. In Washington, this Friday, the U.S. Supreme Court sided with the Trump administration to end a program created in 2023.
The humanitarian parole is over.
Willie Allen, who has been an immigration attorney in South Florida for over 4 decades, told us he is not surprised to see this.
Hey guys, I'm gonna just let this video run till the end. I'm just gonna get a drink quickly, but yeah, we'll have a chat in the end. Where's Deer Park, Nuno? I'll just let this run. I just need to grab a quick drink from the fridge, and I'll come back and we'll have a chat after before I close this live. All right, just bear with me, guys.
Outcome.
One president creates an executive action, the next president can eliminate. Still, the least affected are going to be the Cubans, who can still apply for Cuban adjustment.
The news caused me anxiety, and once again, we are wondering what's going to happen. Eduardo Villaverde is one of the 500,000 people who came to the U.S. through the humanitarian parole, a program the Biden administration used to reduce the number of illegal entries and accommodate migrants fleeing countries in critical situations. He came from Nicaragua. 531,690 people are affected, to be exact. The highest number came from Haiti. The decision also means that our work permits will be revoked, and what? We'll be out of our jobs. Well, ending the humanitarian parole means that they no longer have a work permit in the U.S. as of today. Now, the immigration attorney told me that Nicaraguans, Haitians, and Venezuelans who have not applied for political asylum, they need to do it immediately if they want to stay. We're live in Miami. Ivan Taylor, CBS News, Miami.
No. You live in Deer Park. Sorry, I just moved to Melbourne. I live in Clyde near Cranbourne. I've just been here now for 2 years, just under 2.5 years. Before I lived for just about 20 years in South Australia. When I lived in Adelaide. No, I've been here for over 2 years, and to go to the club is quite far for me. I live like 1 hour away from the club. Actually, it's just over 1 hour. And when I came here, actually, it's funny because I went to the club, but there was a period that the club was closed because you guys were looking for someone to take over the club, and it was closed, and that's why I since then I didn't have a chance. But no, you're around the corner from me. You're around the corner from me. Berwick is like 20 minutes from me. A friend of mine just moved there. Actually, one of my sales guys, he just moved there a couple of weeks ago. What's the bloody address? I'll tell you. You probably know where. Around that area. Where's Angelo? One of my sales reps just went there. Where's the address? So my sales rep, he just moved to Bluebell Court in Berwick, Oh, we neighbors. We neighbors. We should organize to catch up for coffee. I don't know any Portuguese people here. I don't know. Oh, you work in Berwick. Berwick. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I don't know anyone here. I know quite a few Portuguese people back in Adelaide, but I haven't met any Portuguese person here. Here in Victoria, in Melbourne. So yeah, it will be a pleasure. Fantastic. Fantastic. I know Footscray, I know. Footscray, I know what it is. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, pleasure. A great pleasure, Nuno. Great pleasure. If one day you want to catch up, if one day you want to catch up for coffee, whatever, just give us a yell. I am a regional sales manager, so I'm normally on the road with my guys or visiting customers on their behalf to help them out. So yeah, if you want to catch up one day, just or if you go to the club, I might be able to organize to go past there with my partner. My partner, she's Australian, but yeah, it will be awesome. So oh, fantastic to be talking to someone that lives in the same country that I do, because up until now I've been talking just with people in Portugal, but like people from everywhere, to be honest. Oh, no, 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 and before I go to Tiago, so how do you feel about our great Prime Minister Anthony Albanese? That'll be fantastic. Catch up for coffee, that will be amazing. And we can speak. I speak Portuguese, fluent Portuguese, and I would imagine you speak as well. But yeah, whichever. I don't care. So we can speak English or Portuguese, doesn't matter. Um, and Tiago, so what do you reckon, Tiago? What do you reckon about all this bullshit about this immigration? It's fucking crap. I think it is. Obrigado, Nuno. Thank you, Nuno. No, I believe in one thing. Or Nuno, you're not shit. You're not shit. You're not shit at all. We speak in English. No, no, appreciate it. No. I'm a believer of, and I don't give a fuck if people like swearing words or not. They all the same. I agree, but I just think that Albanese is a complete fuckwit. He's a fucking loser. He's a liar. That's all I think. I think he's a complete waste of space, that man. To be honest, um, although of this fact, Thiago, without a doubt, and that's my point. Either we get some real politicians with a big pair of balls that will try to do the right thing other than their own interests, which I think is not going to happen. When these people go to politics, is to look after themselves. They don't care about anyone else. All right. So no, same thing here, mate. Obviously, when I'm out with customers, in different story. That's my job. I don't get paid to do this shit, but I come here, I express my opinion, and I'll tell you one thing: if people don't like it, thank you for coming, having a look. But if you don't like my videos or my language, or you don't like what I say, bad luck. But the only favor that I ask is, if people likes the content of my videos, of my lives, just subscribe. It's for free. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me spread the word. To be honest, it helps me to expand the channel, because I would love to do more, to do a lot more with this channel. I would like to reach a greater audience, not only in Portugal but in the US, in Australia. And this is funny, because I was looking at the stats of the people that watch my videos, and I think there's already like people from 12 or 13 countries that watch my videos one way or the other. Maybe some of them by fucking mistake, which is all right. But yeah, if you guys, if you no no, if you know someone, if you know people here that likes this sort of content, if you want to share the link, if you wanna, yeah, that'll be awesome. Any help is welcome. I've been promoting as well a couple of the small YouTubers, but they just it's all about Portugal, like Ruth Souza. It's all about politics, and Tony the animal is all about soccer. He's a Benfica supporter, so yeah. Well, Tiago, I can't wait. Exactly. Exactly. That's their bad luck, not mine. I don't give a fuck, to be honest. Man, I believe in freedom. I believe in expressing myself the best way I can. I can speak without swearing words. I say swearing words are part of the vocabulary. As long as I'm not offending anyone, as long as I don't mistreat anyone, that's all I care about, to be honest. But for me, it's about, I don't give a fuck about people's. I don't give a fuck about people's feelings. To be honest, I don't. I really don't care, because I think facts and truth still above people's feelings. If they don't like it, you know what? They can put a carrot up their asses and go for a swim in the river. I don't give a shit. You know what? No. I like Benfica. I was born, raised, bred Benfica supporter. But I'll tell you one thing: I love about above everything the sport. I played soccer. I was a shit player, but I played soccer many years, and I love the sport. I watched this morning the final of the Champions League. What a game! Paris Saint-Germain destroyed Inter Milan, even though, and this was amazing to see, like a defensive side being Inter Milan, with an attacking side being PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, and oh, it was just amazing. Like, what an amazing game. Thiago, nothing against Sporting. I have many friends. They barrack for Sporting. Congratulations on the on the two trophies, on the cup, and on the Primeira Liga. I have nothing to say about the Primeira Liga at all. Very fair winners, without a doubt. I'm not going to get into a discussion about the final of the cup. I'm not. I don't like to talk about referees. I don't like to talk about that shit. But it was really bad. That's the way I look at it. It was really bad. So that's all, the only thing I'm going to say. There's no point in trying to say anything else. You know what I mean? So yeah. Yeah. Oh no. What you're saying is correct. We should unite. But the problem is, when there's interests, personal interests above everything else, there will always be division, which is sad, which really saddens me, because I keep saying this all the time. The more I know the human being, the more I love my German Shepherd, because you know what? No, my German Shepherd will never betray me, ever. I'll give you an example. Last week, I spent all week in South Australia for work. I had to go there for work. Unfortunately, I had to let one of my guys go, one of my sales guys there go. But I went to South Australia. I was there all week. When I came back home, that dog fucking missed me. My partner, so she missed me a little bit, but not a lot. But that dog, as soon as he saw me open the roller door, he cried and he cried and he wept and he cried. And he's a 54-kilo dog, man. Humans, you know what? The problem is that 99% of the population, doesn't think like you. People are just selfish. They just think about themselves. And that's why, I start doing these videos, because being an outsider living in such a great country like Australia, and looking to the inside and looking what the fuck's happening, what's going on in Portugal, a country that I love, where I have all my family. I was enraged. Honestly, I was enraged. And I, up until start doing these videos, with the exception that I talk with my family, especially my sister, once a fortnight or once a month, as I speak English. Now, I did that YouTube video just you know what? Just to let it go. Just to came out, that's it, done, out of the fucking way. But I never thought that so many people will join me, and I only have 348 subscribers. That's okay. But I never thought that so many people share my opinion. And some people against my opinion, which is okay. I'm not, but I never thought either that so many people will be first interested in this sort of content, and second, hurting so badly, and that's why people in Portugal, for instance, they decided to try to make a change. It didn't happen yet, but it's gonna happen. But like, and I started this video because like the immigration in Portugal is a disgrace, but I wanna do this video about the US because of the immigration in the US, because I can do a lot of comparisons with what's happening. Um, Está subindo, pois está, pois está, pois está. Um, Fiquei perdido. I was listening to, I was reading the it's a Chihuahua. Chihuahua. Um, no, my German Shepherd is a beast, mate. I think my German Shepherd will have your dog for breakfast. But I was telling you, no, I started doing this, and like I decided to do this video about the US, the immigration in the US, because it's chaotic. It's like really, really bad. But what's happening in Portugal with immigration is not better either, at all, at all. And if someone pretends that it's better, it's not. So anyway, gentlemen, it's now 4:30. I'm studying as well. I'm doing a double diploma of business management because I didn't have enough shit to do. I have to go study. I actually need to do a submission today. No, Tiago, 2 kilos. Chihuahua, 2 kilos. Hey, I don't know if you guys know this guy. I'm gonna put this just for you guys. Just if you guys like comedy and understand US humor, this guy is probably one of the best guys I've seen in comedy recently. His name is Matt Rife. I don't know if you guys heard of him on YouTube or not, but I've noticed that you both speak English very well. But I'll just put this.
From shutting down a lusty Karen.
Take my belt off? If I do, will you hang yourself?
Just have a look at Matt Rife's videos. He's a fucking funny. He's probably, in my opinion, the best crowd working guy when it comes to comedy. But just see how stupid this fucking woke society is. They try to shut him down.
With it?
To humbling and egotistical one.
What's that? You don't have a stage? I feel like you dance on one.
Here, our 11 times disrespectful Karens got destroyed by Matt Rife, starting with a Karen who thought taking shots at Matt was the way to go.
What? Don't tell me what to do. What'd you say to me? He said, when I dyed my hair blonde, I look gay? All right, so...
But when Matt responded, he did it with cannon fire.
Oh, man, I bet your looks like funnel cake. Cool. I like your tattoo. What's this one?
I have roses on this side.
You have roses on that side?
I've got different flowers on this side.
And dip all these flowers, you still smell like marble light.
And just when she thought she was safe, Matt fired his final shot to bury her 6 feet deep.
Are you a florist? No. You work in a prison? You're solitary. Why? Because of all of the amenities? No way. And they have snacks and no way you work there.
Just like this one, this next Karen also thought being loud would win her the spotlight.
All right, gentlemen.
Only to be turned into the
stop it
punchline
there. Have a
instead.
look at this guy. I don't know. Obviously I don't know him at all, but I just find this motherfucker so funny. He's one of the funniest fucking comedians around. He is the best at crowd work, and it's funny that I have never heard these jokes. All right, like Tiago, I have not heard one of his jokes, but I watch his crowd work and how quick witty he is, mate. Someone tells him something, someone haggles him, he just fucking, mate, he just have like the answer, like he destroys them one after the other. It's fucking funny. Exactly. Okay, Tiago. Always a pleasure, mate. No. If you're still there, thank you for the company. No. Listen, we're just around the corner from each other. If you want to catch up for a coffee, hey guys, I never done this before. But this, I don't know if, and just so you know, I don't know if I can do this or not by YouTube ruling, but this is my This is my email address. Let me see if it goes through. I think it goes through. Nuno and Tiago, this is my email address. Tiago, if you one day you want to join on a live, if you let me, if you tell me, I'll be able. I'm gonna start scheduling the live a little bit better because I do it well when I have time. But if you wanna send me an email, whatever, if you wanna ask any questions or whatever, and the same to you, Nuno, if you're still there. I think you, Nuno, you're gone from what I can see. But yeah, if you guys wanna send me an email, and Nuno, if you wanna send me an email for us to catch up, or I can go to the Portuguese club. With my partner, and we can catch up there. Maybe even next Saturday. I don't think we have any plans. So, guys, thank you so much for the company. This live was, I wasn't expecting it to do it, but I just found it interesting. That I'm going to be doing a lot more in English. So yeah, all the best. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'll be doing another live later. Try to do another live later for the Portuguese and what's going on in fucking Portugal, because this looks like a fucking circus. On the 10th of June. What's happening at is there something Portuguese on the Victoria Market? I've been there quite a few times. No, before you go, this is my phone. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go to the calendar. Is this Tuesday? Is this on a Tuesday? No. No, hold on a second. I might be confused the issues, but okay, Tuesday. But let's go. Tuesday 10th. I want Tuesday 10th. You idiot. So it's the Portuguese day. And that's on the 10th of June. And it's from what time? It's on Sunday. But it shows here on my calendar, 10th of June is a Tuesday. Am I wrong? No, do me a favor. No, do me a favor. Send me an email to cfsrr1@gmail.com and I'll reply to you there. All right? And we'll have a chat then. But yeah, for sure, if it's a Sunday, it's even better. I was just looking at Tuesday. I'll have to go out, but that's not a problem. Oh, okay. So the Sunday after. So the Sunday after that will be the 15th. Is that correct? Thank you very much. The ones that kept me company for the last hour, 13 minutes and 10 seconds. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I look forward to catch up with you all again soon. I'll be doing later, I don't know, maybe in the next 3 or 4 hours, I may be doing a live, see how my studies go. But yeah, great pleasure. It was fantastic. Tiago, Nuno, I don't know who else is here, but seems like someone is watching me, but I'm about to wrap up this this live. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate your company. Yeah, and without a doubt, I'll see you on the next stream. Stay tuned. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy.